Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Hadi.
Hi, Mr. Pierre Modesel.
How are you doing?
Thanks. Everything is good. I'm so happy with you, and we are speaking about Sufism.
Yeah, we are speaking about Sufism in Iran.
I think at the first is that many points that we know that I think the Sufism in all around the world is the same. Is not suitable for a Sufi speaking and for Sufi discussion that we speak about that Sufi belong to Iran or Sufi belong to Arab or Sufi belong to, for example, Great Khorasan or anywhere. But at this discussion, we are speaking about the Sufi heritage at the Iran.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sufism is same in the whole world. I agree.
Yeah.
So how is Iran right now?
Iran about the Sufism?
Iran, no, the climate and the things are now.
My voice is okay?
Yeah, your voice is okay. I can hear you.
Sufi is the same in the whole world. Iran at this day is the same as right now, similar to all around the world, challenged by the coronavirus. And I think it was a good chance to people about more think about God and morality discussions, because at this virus, people understand that nobody can understand what can we do about this coronavirus, and these actions refer people to the God and the morality attitude. I think the Iranian people and the Iran is the same as other countries and the others. People in all around the world are challenging with the coronavirus.
That's right. Corona is something which hit us badly, the whole world.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you brief us a little about the Sufi culture of Iran?
As you know, the Sufi culture of the Iran is belong to so old. It's too old. It's belong to the Khorasan, Great Khorasan. In the Farsi, we said that Khorasan Kabir, and we translate it to Great Khorasan. It's include Iran, Khorasan of Iran, Tajikistan, and some cities at the Pakistan, some cities at the Afghanistan, and some others people, some others country. It's having, I think, the Sufi culture have a culture the same as Islam at the Iran. Of course, we have some cultural Sufism at the Iran is older than this enters the Islam at the Iran. That we call it Qalandariye. You know them. That they have some rules and they have some culture that they belong to before the Islams. Anyway, but here at the Iran, I think till 10th century, the Sufism, it was similar exactly to Islam. There is no difference between them. If we have, for example, Maulana Rumi, Maulana Rumi is one of the people, is a man that have a mufti and have a iftar, and he was a people that a man that can speak about fiqh, and the same as he was, why he was a great Sufism that we have no man like that. Anyway, I think till 10th century, the Sufism was similar to Islam. But after that, these are the history things that it's very important. After that, 10th century, some countries know that what a power have a Sufism. What a power have a Sufism. Yeah, really. I don't think have anything in a civilization, in an Islamic civilization like as a Sufism. We have don't think like that. Some countries like as British, Great British know that this potential have a very, very, very powerful power. So try to change it and try to destroy it and try to make it another thing of Sufism that was, you know. So nowadays we are faced to things that we know that really we don't know that how we can call it the Sufism. It's so hard for us that we can determine the Sufi people and the cultural Sufism. Of course, these are our main problems.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Hadi,
Yeah.
I visited Iran last year in November.
Yeah.
I have seen that there are few things going on very fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I have seen Astani Quds. It is it is taken care excellently. Everything is excellent. I have gone through many mizars there. In Tehran, there are 3 mizars. On the way, I have seen many mizars from Mashhad to Qum, then Qum to Gilan, then Gilan to Tehran.
Yeah.
But somehow I found that there is kind of, I don't say that there is discrimination, but it's kind of lack of interest in some of the mizars. Like we have gone to Sheikh Abdullah Garjistani's mizar, the shrine of Sheikh Abdullah Garjistani, just in outskirts of Mashhad. It was a destroyed temple. It was a destroyed shrine. And when you see Astani Quds or the mizars of Imam Zadgan, or so they are like palaces. So why so?
Difference.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not exactly that all Imam Zadgan's mezar or shrines are like Astana Quds.
Yeah.
But some cities that have good facilities and good equipments, yeah, they have a good mezar or good shrine of the Imam Zadis. Unfortunately, during these 40 years ago, at the Iran, we have a 2 part of Arif. You know, this divided. It's divided. Before that, 40 years ago, we don't have it. But after these years, we have divided these 2 parts of Arif. Some of grand awliya, we have that they are growing at the hawza. You know, they are growing at the Hawza area, and some of them they weren't at the Hawza area. For example, we have at the Tehran shrine of Hazrat Abdulazim Hassani. He is grandson of the Imam Hassan Mujtaba alayhi salam. So, what happened there? We have there some mezar of the grand awliya, and very, very beautiful and very, very nice. But for example, we have another guys. For example, Sheikh Alauddin Semnani. You know it.
Yeah.
At the Semnan, at the Khudaabad, the city at the Semnan, at the where is call it that Khudaabad. I have seen it somehow ago that the mezar of Sheikh Alauddin Semnani destroyed completely. Even you can't find the grave of Alauddin. Even you can't find. Why? Because he's familiar and he's famous as a Sufi. It's our main problem, unfortunately. It's our main problem, unfortunately. If he was, for example, people like a man who grew up at the Hawza, it was correct, no problem. Unfortunately, at these years, especially at this 20 years ago, we leave it up exactly. I'm so appreciate to Astana Quds Razavi that about this 3 or 4 years ago, they are trying to rebuild some of these grave and some of these shrine and some of these mezars. I really appreciate it, really, because as I said that the first of my speaking, the Sufism is belong to all the world.
Yeah.
Not belong to us.
Yeah.
So Alauddin Semnani not belong to us. Just because he was speaking at the Farsi. It's not the reason. It's belong to all the people. It's belong to all Muslims.
True.
Or Sheikh Ghazali, Imam Ghazali to Mashhad, it's belong to all people, not just belong to me. But our main problem, as I told you, that they are famous as a Sufism, and our policy, unfortunately, don't like to rebuild their mezar and shrines. Unfortunately, again.
Yeah, I have seen this, that there are famous Sufi shrines, and those are they put tickets on it. Those are like museums or some historical place where you need to buy some ticket, pay the amount, and then you can go inside.
Yeah.
And I find it that it is like expensive way to visit their shrines, but the other hand, so it is kind of discrimination, or the polite tact is to like not let the people go in easily.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. For example, to entrance to shrine of Imam Reza, the people entrance easily without any paying or anything. But for example, people who want to visit a shrine of Hafiz, Hazrat Hafiz at the Shiraz, you have to pay money.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not easy. Anything is not easy.
Same case with Firdausi.
Firdausi, exactly.
You have to pay money to go to Firdausi, and in the same lawn there is an Imamzada, and you can just go and visit the Imamzada free.
Unfortunately, when you ask them when you are giving money from people, they said that, for example, the shrine of Firdausi have some money, need some money to I don't know, to clearing, to for example, visiting, to hospitality. So we need the money. How we can earn this money? So we have to get it from people. It's not good policy, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I had the chance, Dr. Hadi, I got the chance to visit the shrine of father of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani.
Yeah, Qaddasallah.
Yeah, Abu Saleh, Imam Zada Abu Saleh. His shrine is in Gilan.
At the Rash,
Yeah,
Gilan.
Yeah. And trust me, like there was no way at all. There was no road there. Half of the way you can travel on kind of road, and then there is just paved way. And I have not seen any development on such a big shrine. He is father of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani.
Yeah.
Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani is like
the greatest Sufi. Greatest Sufi.
Yeah.
Yeah, greatest Sufi. And the Qadirian now is the greatest tariqa in the world.
Yeah. So I offered there to Iranian government that we are ready to fulfill all the requirements, and we are of the Iranian government, all the rules and regulations of Iranian government. Hand this shrine over to us. We will build it. We will spend our money, and we will hand it over back to Iranian government. But if there is some lack of funds or availability of funds is an issue, we are ready to pay for that.
Yeah. About 1 or 2 years ago, one of our friends that you know tell us that some Sufi people from Malaysia, they want to rebuild the shrine of Imam Ghazali at the Mashhad over the $50 million.
Yeah.
But the government don't accept it. Now our reason is not policy. We say that these are the culture of Islam. These are the cultural rule, not policy rule, not religious rule, even not religious rule. These are a cultural rule. It's the one day in a history.
But as far as I have seen the shrines of Imamzadas, excellent work. The Iranian government has done excellent work. Like Mashhad, Qom, Tehran, wherever you go and visit a place of Imamzada, that's something which we should recognize, that Iranian government has done a marvelous job. But on the other hand, we think that there is a lot of work needed to be done.
Yeah, it's interesting to know that the Imamzadas like Imam Reza in Mashhad, or Hazrat Masumeh in Qom, or Shah Chiragh in Shiraz, or another Imamzadas that very beautiful and very great, and exactly at the everything that most of the money that paid at this this place is paid by the people. It's paid by the people, not the government.
Okay.
It's very important. If we introduce that who is the greatest Sufi at the world, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. If we introduce it, okay, the people who like to rebuild the father's shrine, and other Sufis too. We don't introduce it. Who is Sheikh Alauddin Semdani? We don't introduce it. Who is Bayazid Bastami? We don't introduce it. Who is Sheikh Abu Sa'id Abul Khair? We don't introduce it. Who is Abu Hassan Kharaqani? and Shams Tabrizi, and then.
Yeah.
We don't introduce it, so people don't know them, don't pay for them. If we have a great shrine at the world, such as Imam Reza and Aslan Quds Razavi, because the people who love, I know the people, ladies that they use of her gold to shrine of Imam Mirzaei,
Yeah.
because he believed in.
Yeah.
We don't introduce great Sufism at the Iran,
Yeah.
or another word.
Okay, Dr. Hadi, can you please enlighten us with the situation of Sufis? Because few years back there was a news that Sufis were demonstrating against government, and then few were hanged by government. What was the issue exactly?
Actually, the Sufi situation at the Iran is not suitable, actually. And the main reason is that some tariqa try to influence at this policy, so it's make this rule is very default. It's very, and make it hard and make some problem. But some tariqa like Zahabiyya and like Qadiriya and like Alawiyun or Ahl Haq at the, some other cities who don't influence at the policy. They are okay. They are okay. I accept that they have some discrimination, but some other tariqa that I don't want to call their name, who tried about 10 years ago, who tried to entrance at this policy very seriously, so make a bad situation for the Sufi people at the Iran. Nowadays, we can't say that the Sufi people at the Iran have a good situation. Most of our khanaqah at the Iran are closed, really. At the Tehran, maybe 2 or 3 khanaqah is open, but another one is closed, or having another job, jobs of Sufi, not the Sufi job, another jobs.
So it means that there is a suppression on Sufis in Iran, and
of course, yeah.
And I have met few Sufis from Balochistan, Sistan-e-Balochistan of Iran.
Yeah.
They were they shared with me that there is there is a threat of Daesh which is spreading, and the people who support that ideology are very strong. Financially, they are very strong, but Sufis are very weak, and there is no support of Iranian government to Sufis, and the other groups, they are getting strength day by day.
Exactly. This problem is the problem of Sufis people all around the world, not just Iran. Unfortunately, at the Tunisia or at the Libya, most people who come to Daesh was from the Sufi people. Why? Because they don't have any knowledge and don't have any good situation at the scientific, at the mysticism, at the Sufism knowledge. And I think this is the main problem of all Sufis all over the world. Nowadays, the Sufism, more than everything, need to have a good knowledge. Even to defense of the Sufism. Even to defense of the Sufism. Not anything. Why we believe the Sufia? Why we believe it? If we accept that the Sufi is the actual of the Islam and the fact of the Islam, we believe that we have to know, we have to able to prove it. We have to able to prove it. If we can, yes, the Daesh people know Hadith, they know Kalam science so easily to them to grow the people to Daesh. It's so easy for them. I think nowadays at the 2020 year, the Sufi people, more than of everything, need to have a Sufi knowledge. I think it's so necessary.
What about Sufis in Shia faith? There is a few Sufi tariqas in Shia faith as well.
At the Shia, we have some tariqa like Ne'matullahiyya, like Zahabiyya, and maybe we can another tariqa say that Khaksar at the Iran Khaksariyya, they are Shia, and maybe at the Naqshbandi or Qadiriya or some people who are Shia. At the Shia, the main and the greatest tariqa is Ne'matullahiyya. Is it's blind to Hazrat Shah Ne'matullah Wali.
Oh yes.
Have you visited his shrine at the Kerman, Mahan Kerman?
No, unfortunately, we did not have that much time to visit all over.
Yeah, it's very beautiful and nice.
Yeah, and he is a very famous person because of his profession.
Yeah, he's famous. Yeah.
And there is a big Sufi community here in Pakistan, in our southern areas, Nur Bakhshi. And
Nur Bakhshi is belong to the one of the branch of the Ne'matullah.
Yeah, and his shrine is somewhere there in Tehran. I wanted to visit that shrine.
Yeah, it's Tehran. We have an area, we call it Khan. Okay. Yeah, we have the shrine of Sayyid Muhammad Nurbakhsh. Is the Nur Bakhshi is belong to him. It's very great people. It's Shia, but it's a branch of the Ne'matullah here.
Okay, that's a branch.
And the shrine of the Nur Bakhshi is open, and all people can visit him. And her mazar is okay and so beautiful and very great. Yeah,
that's wonderful. So, out of these challenges, which are there in Iran, what are the opportunities for Sufis in Iran?
I think the opportunity that Sufism we will have at the Iran, it will be opened by the somewhere like Astan Quds Razavi, like some these places, because that all Tariqa Sufia, all Sufi Tariqa accept that the Imam Mirzaei salam one of his aqtab. Yeah, and most tariqa are called to ma'rufi. Called ma'rufi. Ma'ruf get the tariqa from Imam Mirzaei salam, and Imam Mirzaei salam from his father and till Rasulullah, till Allah.
Yeah.
So I think these people, for example, Astan Quds Razavi for Imam Mirzaei salam, good opportunity for us. For Sufi people at Iran, I think if we can have a good community in the all Sufi people, if we can have it, If we can have, yes, we can commit this all Sufi people around the world at this one. That okay, Imam Mirzaei salam, not as Irani people. No, he was Ahl Bayt Rasulullah.
Yeah.
He was one of the Akhtar.
Yeah.
So accept it and grow and communicate around him. I think it's a good opportunity for Iranian Sufi and other Sufis.
Yeah. I guess the administration of Astana Quds is trying to have an outreach towards the Sufi world, and they are trying to engage Sufi shrines and the Sufi communities around Astana Quds. And they were planning to conduct some conferences. I guess they have conducted as well. But because of this pandemic, it is postponed. I guess in future they are trying to engage Sufi communities through Astana Quds.
Inshallah.
Which area of Iran is having more liberties for Sufis?
As you know, the Sufi people was blind to the hukuma, was blind to the government. The best situation at the history of the Iran is blind to the government of the Safavi. You know, Safavi.
Yeah.
That Shah Ismail Safavi, Shah Abbas Safavi, they king that they were Sufi. Shah Abbas was Sufi, Shah Ismail was Sufi. These guys, during these guys, the Sufism have a good grow up, and we have a good culture of the Sufi. And nowadays, the Sufism, more Sufism that we can see, I think, at the Kermanshah. And after that, Kerman, and after that, maybe Shiraz. Hello?
Yeah.
I can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
My ears. These people. After that, Tehran is not bad, but these cities, I mean Kermanshah, and after that Kerman, and after that the Shiraz, then Tehran is the cities that the Sufi people are living very good. Yeah,
that's right. So, as you described about Safwis, can we say this, that the present regime has taken over the Sufi government in Iran?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So Sufis can claim government there. I'm just joking.
As you know, we believe that the Imam Khomeini, the great people of this revolution of the Islamic revolution of the Iran, the Imam Khomeini, he wasn't Sufi, but he has some goals to Sufia. He knows Sufism very good. He knows Ibn Arabi very good. He knows Sufism books very good. He knows the Fusus very good, exactly. And his books is full of name of the Ibn Arabi, Sheikh Abdul Qadir, Sheikh Abdul Razak Kashani, and Khaja Abdullah Ansari, and some others great Sufia. The Imam Khomeini was people who love this way, and now Ayatollah Khamenei, now his belief, he believed to Sufia, but the governmental and the policy of the government is another story.
That's a different story altogether.
Different story, yeah, exactly, different story.
How is Shiraz, by the way?
Shiraz is full of the Sufism, where all the tariqa are at the Shiraz are living. The Nematullahi, Zahabiye, Khaksariye, all the tariqa are at the, even Naqshbandiye at the Shiraz are living. And most of their Khanaqah, I think, is open. About 10 years ago that I was at the Shiraz, the most Khanaqah is open and they were active and have activity. But nowadays, exactly today, I don't know. But about 10 years ago, I remember that they were active. Yeah. And we have so many shrines at the Shiraz from the Mezar of the Sufia and shrine of the Sufia.
Yeah, I can imagine. Next time I'm planning to come to Iran for a longer period of time, and
Inshallah.
I'll try to visit Shiraz as well and the other areas and the shrines which I couldn't visit in my last tour. I will
Shiraz, Kerman. Yeah.
But again,
by the way, I forgot that the Kurdistan is one of the main cities of the Sufism. I forget it exactly. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have met few Kurds in Mashhad. They were there to visit the shrine of Imam Raza Astani Quds.
Yeah.
And they have very vibrant Sufi culture. Like they dance, they beat the drum, they sing loudly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is very colorful and the vibrant culture.
The Shia culture and the Sufi culture near to him. It's so close to it. It's so close to each other.
Right. But still,
and some countries like Saudi that have an enemy with the Sufism, just because that everywhere that the Sufism are growing up, the Shia people are growing. Main enemy of and the main discrepancy of Saudi with Sufism is that Sufi people are so close to Shia people.
They don't know that they think like
don't accept.
They don't know that they think like that Shias. This is their assumption that Shias and Sufis are near, but they don't know what is going on going in Iran. That Shias are not letting Sufis to breathe easily.
Yeah. And we don't accept it that if we're planning to Sufi people grow to Shia, it's very bad rule and the bad pillar. We don't accept it. The Sufi people is Sufi. Don't need to any exactly religious that he is a Shia or he's a Sunni. I believe that the Sufi people is each people have each other and Sunni and Shia.
Yeah. Dr. Hadi.
Yeah.
What do you think what are the steps as a Sufi in Pakistan I should take, or the development of Sufis in, or what should Sufi Iran to get better space at least?
I can't hear you exactly. If it's possible again.
I was asking that what do you recommend me as a Pakistani Sufi to take some actions for the betterment of Iran Sufi? That was my first question, and the second part was, that what should Iranian Sufis do to get a better space in Iran?
I get it. Yeah. I think at this point we don't need any government. At the history show that everywhere that the governments have a rule, to engage the people don't was any successful. I think Sufi people don't matter. No, it's no matter that at the Pakistan or Iran or Emirat or Saudi or
Hello?
Work coming with each other. Accept. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah, Dr. Hadi, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. If Sufi people at Pakistan and in the Iran accept each other, it's no problem, and it's no matter that at the which tariqa that we are Sufi. You are Qadiri, I'm Naqshbandi, he is Nematullah, and any tariqa is not important. If we accept each other as Sufi people, and community about the love of the Rasulullah wa Ahl Bayt, we can communicate at all around the world, not just as Iran and Pakistan Sufism.
That's right. In Pakistan, we Sufis are very open, and you better know the culture of Sufis. We are very open. We don't care about who you are, where are you from, what color, creed. Even we don't care about religion. If someone is
now the real of the Sufism is not any religious.
Yeah, that's true.
Shah Nematullah Wali has a poet that said that miraf dar biyaban rendi dohol daride میگفت در بیابان رندی دهل دریده صوفی خدا ندارد او نیست آفریده. He said that the Sufi people all around the world are the same.
Yeah.
He believed to God. But not the God that I created.
Yes.
The God is as a God, not God as the I created.
True.
We create for example, this Islam. So if anywhere don't was like as this me, as don't was like as me, so he isn't as me. At this situation, we can't have a community at the Sufism people. If Irani Sufism or the Pakistani Sufism want to communicate with each other, just we have to love and just we have to communicate at the love of the Rasulullah wa Ahl Bayt. It's the exact and the best way. It's the best way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And a part of this whole discussion, what are you doing right now after doing your PhD and now you're working with Sufis and having interaction with Sufis for last 10 years? What are your future goals now?
I think actually I'm not the Sufi at any tariqa. But when I remember when I was at 7 or 8 years old, my age was at 7 or 8. I heard at my house my mother speak about the Ibn Arabi. It was very, very, very interesting for me. But I know myself, it's about 40 years ago. I'm research at the Sufism, and I asked God to success me at this way. Really, I believe to Sufia. I really believe to Sufism, and I believe that the best way to onion all Muslims in all around the world is just Sufism, not another thing. the best way to onion all people, all Muslims, even the Jewish people.
Yes.
Because they believe to Sufism.
Yeah, they do believe.
Yeah.
As one of my great friend and colleague, Dr. H.J. Witween, he was a Dutch scholar and a very prominent Dutch Sufi figure. He used to say that Sufism is the essence of all religions.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. It's actual of the all religions.
Yeah.
It's act of all religions. Yeah. He's not blind to just Islam or another religions. He's blind to all religions.
Dr. Hadi, do you have is there any survey available or a directory of Sufi shrines in Iran? Is there any document available? I guess there is an organization, Mizarat, which is working to get the data and make it an online directory of Sufi shrines of Iran.
We have some organization as a Oqaf.
Okay.
The name is as a Oqaf. We call it Oqaf. This shrines is belong to them. Rebuild and keeping and all this is belong to Oqaf. But unfortunately, as you know, as you see that they don't care about it, and they don't know that we have, for example, shrine or mezar at this city, at some cities. Unfortunately, but as you know that the Asanahots are growing at this rule, and I hope and I ask God that they will and they will be successful at this way. It's very hard because, as you know, at the Iran, some people exactly are opposite of to some Sufi shrine and Sufi mazars, unfortunately. But I think the best way are to introduce this shrine to people. I think it's the best way. As you know, if people believe them, most of the problem will be solved. Most of the problem. I think the main problem is that people don't know them. And if we introduce this great Sufism to people, they will know that and they will believe to them.
That's right. Thank you, Dr. Hadi.
Yeah.
You gave us your precious time.
Thank you.
And I will.
It
I would
was
love
so pleasure to me.
Yeah, that was a pleasure from me as well. I would like to repeat my offer to Iranian people, the communities, the Iranian government, that there are few shrines in Iran which we really are very much connected with those shrines. And if the Iranian government allows us, we would love to rebuild those shrines, or we would love to renovate those shrines with our own resources.
Inshallah.
And we don't want their control. We just want to rebuild or renovate those shrines, and we are ready to fulfill all the requirements by Iranian government. That's an offer from the Sufi community of Pakistan.
Yeah, thanks. This was a very, very, very good offer and opinion. I hope and ask God that help us at this way.
Inshallah.
It's very hard way.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
And thank you for your time.
Inshallah.
And I hope to see you again.
I hope to see you again.
Thank you, Dr. Hadi.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good time. It was very good time to you to speak about the Sufism. I think the time that we are speaking about the Sufism, the time is we are speaking about the God.
Yeah.
And about the act of the Islam. Yeah. It was a very good time and a pleasure to know you and speak about the Sufism and the shrine of the Awliya Allah.
That's right. That's very right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, much. Thank you so much. That's Assalamu alaikum, ya Allah.